my teeth and... Welcome back to another episode of What, Dylan?
Fail or Fire.
I am your Viking host, Thundarius, and I am joined by my other berserkin badass buddies.
Maybe I could be a Viking. I got the beard, but Shades.
And I am 2% Norwegian, 1% Finnish, for a grand total of 3% badass Scandinavian Viking. And I'm Dylan.
And 100% reason to remember the name Cyber Skull Media. Welcome back.
Forfeit the game before somebody else.
We're not doing rap. We're not doing hip hop today, Dylan. Today we're doing Viking metal. We are doing Valhalla Calling by Miracle of Sound featuring Peyton Parrish. I know Dylan's a little bit familiar with Peyton Parrish. I'm not familiar with Peyton Parrish. Shades isn't familiar with Peyton Parrish, and none of us are familiar with Miracle of Sound. So if you're finding us for the first time because of them, we are, what for lore, Shades?
Whores.
For whores, we're whores for lures. We're whores for lore. So feel free to fill us in as much as you want about these people that we're about to watch. This was a requested song by our little Kiwi friend Pip out there in the greatest place that movies have ever been filmed, New Zealand.
I think we should learn how to do, is it called a shaka? What's the New Zealand, like the All Blacks rugby? What's the thing they do?
They do that? No, that's not right.
No,
That's not right.
they like do the, it's super awesome.
Well, if you're new to us, you're going to find out real quickly. We like to chase squirrels. Shiny things distract us, but we like to have a good time over here. And as you can see, we are in to the Viking shit. So this is Valhalla Calling. Do you boys have any thoughts to what we might be about to consume here?
I think it's going to be glorious. I feel like there's going to be a lot of, I don't want to say like cinematic levels, but like almost like a theatrical score and then some like metal. That's what I think.
Expecting some great instrumentals too. Maybe some real, I don't know, like not like a sea shanty, but like a war ballad, or well, maybe a sea shanty too, because they like to sail them seas, bro. We might get something like that too. Some drums.
I was close. The New Zealand dance is called a haka, not a shaka. So a haka.
A hakatua. So what does Shades think getting into this?
I kind of think what Dylan thinks. I'm gonna watch a movie with kick-ass music.
I bet this is awesome. So let's stop the waiting. Let's stop keeping people waiting, because this is a 4-minute video. This is Valhalla Calling by Miracle of Sound featuring Peyton Parrish.
Ships on vigor of the waves of scamming, barren summits to the verdant plains. Each horizon is a new beginning, rise and reign. Far from the fjords and the ice-cold currents, brave and soar over new frontiers. Songs and sagas of a mighty German, shields and spears. Vows of favor or the thrill of plunder, pulled together for the clan and kin. Clank of hammers and the crash of thunder, pound within. Oh, 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 the echoes of eternity. Oh, 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 Valhalla calling me. Oh, 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 to pluck the strings of destiny. Oh, Valhalla calling me. Valhalla calling me.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Blue Balls with Dundee. We gave you a lot with that one. We watched the whole first verse and the chorus, so not quite what we were kind of expecting on some of it, but kind of got the war ballad and drums and everything right with it.
We weren't too far off. I mean, it's got a big feel to it. It feels kind of cinematic, theatrical a little bit.
That's what she said.
The only thing that kind of threw me off was like, so they're very Viking looking, and then they've got like super modern microphones. I'm like, well, That part's kind of weird, but no, this is pretty on brand for kind of what my head was telling me this was going to sound like.
I only had what you guys both said, so pretty spot on going into it that way. I feel like I need a fucking mug or something.
No, dude, we need like a old horn to drink out of. I don't know about you guys, but vocally, he sounds a bit like David Draymond from Disturbed.
A little bit.
A little bit. He has that like certain thing that like when he hits the kind of the harder parts of the notes where he's like David Draymond has a bit of that, how he holds those.
Well, this definitely is very Viking as fuck. Kind of reminiscent to what Eric July and Dan Vast did. Like they're both creators and musicians in different locations, kind of coming together to do this. And I know there's a lot of cool stuff like this out there. So definitely cool to see this because there's so much that we can do remotely as musicians now with other musicians that was really tough to do before. And I plan on doing a lot of that myself in the next couple of years, so we'll see what I might be able to pull off in the Viking realm. But all right, so since this was a request, I'm gonna read the lyrics like I typically do. If you don't dig it, that's fine. You could just skip right ahead. But since this was a request, I will read the lyrics. Ships on vigor of the waves are skimming, barren summits to the verdant plains. Each horizon is a new beginning, rise and reign. Far from the fjords and the ice-cold currents, ravens soar over new frontiers, songs and sagas of a fate determined, shields and spears. Vows of favor or the thrill of plunder, pulled together for the clan and kin, clank of hammers and the crash of thunder, pound within. Oh, the echoes of eternity. I just got roasted by somebody in the chat for how I pronounced that. How I said that. Listen,
It's fine.
I'm not going to sing it out. Y'all are going to leave if I do that. But the echoes of eternity, Valhalla calling me to pluck the strings of destiny. I'm ready to pluck some strings of destiny. Those are some badass Viking warbard lyrics right there, man.
Pretty good so far. Got me reeled in.
I mean, and we got some stuff from Vikings. We got some Skyrim stuff playing in and out over the video. So thematically on point.
Valhalla calling me. Valhalla calling me. Sails are swaying on the crimson rivers, blood and glory in the Viking fields. Shields are shatter into splintered timbers, iron and steel. Fires are rising and the bells are ringing. Glory take us into Odin's halls. Golden glimmer and the sound of singing as gods fall. The echoes of eternity. Valhalla calling me. To pluck the strings of destiny. Valhalla calling me.
Valhalla calling me, boys, and man, they dropped in with some instrumentals right there.
I feel like I need to go play Sea of Thieves and like just play this song into the microphone. And that's all people get.
So I did some trivia here while this was jamming because I wanted to know. I don't know who Miracle of Sound is.
He seems very familiar to me now that I watched the video. I've definitely seen him on some other stuff.
So he's just the one guy. He's an Irish indie musician.
Oh, okay.
His music is inspired by video games, which makes sense. We're picking up a lot of that.
I feel like I don't know if he is. There's a song that Dan Vask has a lot of other metal singers on. He may be one of them or maybe both of these guys. I don't know. But I definitely feel like I've seen his stuff around YouTube before. He looks very familiar.
What guy is this right here? Is it Peyton?
The guy that's on pause right here, the longer-haired fella, that's Miracle of Sound.
His name is Gavin Dune. I hope I pronounced that right.
I think so.
So I mentioned maybe we're getting some sea shanty stuff. Well, we got a little bit of that in the lyrics.
That does make sense.
Sails a swinging on the crimson rivers, blood and glory in the fighting fields, shields a shatter into splintered timbers, iron and steel. Fires are rising and the bells are ringing, Glory takes us into Odin's halls. Golden glimmer and the sound of singing. Asgard's call. These lyrics pump me the fuck up. I kind of wish, I hope it drops a little in heavier now that we got 2 more minutes. I need it to get heavier though. I can't headbang to this yet. I need it to get heavier.
I need a little more metal to really set this thing on fire.
It's good. It's very good so far.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But are we going to get a little bit heavier? We're going to drop it in heavier after this? I guess we're going to find out. They said the fires are rising and the bells are ringing. So maybe we're just crescendoing up to the big all out like splash, bro. Wind and the waves will carry me. Wind and the waves will set me free. That throat singing, bro. I know Dylan's got something to say about that.
Well, it's reminiscent of Mongolian throat singing.
Yeah, like
I love that shit.
like who?
Who? The
who?
HU? Not
The
Hollywood
who?
Undead, but the Mongolians and all their cool instruments.
Who are you? Who? All right. Well, I guess I'll keep my final thought. My final thoughts. I'll just wrap up in a review. Okay. There's stuff. I got interesting thoughts. I guess who wants to lead this charge?
I will.
All right. If you're new here, we are about to give you our review, whether we thought it was a fail, a fire, or just plain mid, and we will fully explain everything we have to say to you today. So, Dylan, take it away.
I'll start by saying it wasn't too far off from what we expected. I definitely had this hunch that it was going to be like a score, kind of cinematic or theatrical. I saw the Assassin's Creed logo at the end, so it definitely is like video game score-esque. I thought it was going to be heavier. I thought it would drop in. It just kind of stayed in the pocket, which is okay. The vocals are great. You know, the music was solid. Can't knock it really, just because it's not what I expected. It's fire. Both guys do great vocally. I had the cool throat singing. A lot of cool stuff. You know, the Viking-esque vibe, but then you do hear a little bit of the Irish stuff coming in as well. So it's an interesting like blend of styles. So it's fire. I wanted a little bit, but that's not their fault. So I can't knock it.
Shades.
So I thought it was going to be more like Dan Vasque stuff and Air July did. I wasn't expecting that. And then you guys talked about what you thought and like, oh, okay, it's right on. And then we started listening to it and seeing the video, and definitely spot on for those guys. They thought it out pretty well. I definitely thought that it could have. I kind of expected it to go harder too, I guess. But I mean, it went hard, just not as hard as I was thinking. Dude's voice at the end holding that note, pretty dope. For that, I say fire. Yeah, I didn't put these on at all because they're broken anyway.
You look like you've been through a war, sir, like a Viking.
Yep.
Well, what did the resident Viking think? Even though it didn't give me the heaviness I needed to headbang, I really would have liked to have let the locks fly today, but that wasn't the vision for the song, and I can recognize that. Regardless, it was fucking fire, baby. Was fire all along. I think, yeah, see, there were program drums. Now we've like the Norfolk song had program drums too, but I think they sounded a little bit better. I wasn't a super huge fan of the program drums on this, and I would have loved to have seen maybe a collab with another YouTube drummer or something like that. There's a lot of great ones out there, but I know the more people you get involved, the more complicated things get. Where they absolutely crushed it was the vocals, man. Absolutely crushed it. Throat singing was great. And now, because of this, I would really like to check out more of each of their music to see what they really are good at and what they do really well frequently. So gonna have to go check them both out. I guess that's 3 fires from the boys today. Anybody else got anything else to say before we wrap this bitch up with a bow and send it on home?
Nope.
I got nothing.
All right, well, let us know in the comments whether you this was a fail fire or just plain mid. Like and subscribe if you had a good time today, because we are Cyber Skull Media. This was What Shades?
Fail or fire.
And we will absolutely keep bringing you the heat all week long. We will catch you guys on the next battlefield. See you later.
Later.